Hi everyone, welcome to Book Boop. My name is Rachel and welcome to a reading vlog. Today marks the very beginning of my staycation with my husband and I'm so excited, so pumped. We dropped off our daughter with my parents yesterday and she's going to stay with them for the whole week. We took off work for this week and we're just staying home and living our best lives and just having a great time. I don't know fully what we're going to be doing this week other than maybe a few projects, but I'm hoping to get a lot of reading in and just have a really chill, fun week hanging out with my husband. It's going to be great. I'm really pumped about it. I'm having a little bit of trouble settling into vacation mode because I'm still home. I woke up this morning feeling almost slightly anxious because I'm like, oh, I got to get my daughter up. I need to get my daughter ready for the day. I need to work. I need to, I had all these things in my head. I'm like, I need to do. And I don't. So it's a little weird. I went and got my hair did this morning. Got rid of my quarantine hair. I haven't gotten my hair cut since like February, I think. It's not styled exactly the way I want it, but I'm really loving the length and excited that it's shorter. It feels so much healthier, so much better. It's been a great morning so far. My husband is out hunting this morning, and so I've had all the morning to myself. I'm going to hopefully get some more reading in. Speaking of reading, I am currently reading The Devouring by Lynn Herman, which I'm reading on my Kindle right now. And if you haven't heard of it before, it's about this small town where the founders of that small town were 4 people. And originally when this town was founded, there was a monster. I think right now we're just calling it the Beast. It doesn't really have a name. There was this beast that was wreaking havoc in this town and killing people. And apparently these 4 founders created this other dimension called the Gray that they trapped the Beast in. And the Beast is still able to break out every once in a while or able to pull people into the Gray, which is what it's called, this other dimension. And then kind of snap forward to present day, we're following 4 of the founders' kids, like great grandkids. And it's YA, and it kind of is supposed to have like a Stranger Things vibe. The Gray is supposed to have like that upside down vibe, and the Demogorgon being the monster, like that kind of feel. And I was really excited to read it because I absolutely love Stranger Things. I love that show so much, and I was really excited to read this. I've been looking forward to it for the longest time. I'm about 65% of the way through. And I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed with it so far. I'm having a really hard time getting into it. I don't know if it's because of the fact that we're following, I think, about 3 to 4 different characters, and we keep jumping around a lot between all those characters. And I feel like there hasn't been a whole lot of world building. I feel like you're just kind of thrown into it at the beginning, and you're kind of just figuring it out as you go, which I guess we're kind of following with the first main character we follow, because she's sort of thrown into it too, so we're kind of with her in that. But I don't know, I'm just having a really hard time getting into it. I'm not really particularly loving a lot of the characters that much. Like, I don't feel invested in anybody. I don't really feel overly invested in the town either. I just kind of feel about it. But my hopeful goal is to finish it today. Oh, speaking of, today is Monday the 12th. That was a weird way to say that. I'm sorry. It's Monday the 12th of October. So I'm really hoping to finish that today because it feels like I've been reading it for way too long. So I need to get it done because I just want it out of my hair. Can I DNF it? Yes, I suppose I could, but I feel like I'm too far into it to DNF. And I've been looking forward to reading this book for so long because of the Stranger Things vibes it was so supposed to have that I want to finish it. Like, I'm hoping it gets better and I want to finish it, but this is just the second book in the row I've had to push through and it's exhausting. So I'm looking forward to finishing it and getting to something else. Probably like a sequel, something that I'm already familiar with the world, just so I don't have to feel like I'm working as hard to get into something. But anyways, I'm loving my October TBR though. Great spooky reads. It's been fun. There's one project we're going to do this week in the house, which I'm really anxious about but excited about. We're wanting to paint our kitchen cabinets. I've been wanting to do it since we moved into our home in 2014. So it's been several years. I've always wanted to do it, but it's always felt like such a huge, just overwhelming task because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up so horribly. But we're gonna try to do that this week while our daughter's gone, because then we won't have her like to deal with or anything, because I know she'll want to help, and I don't know, she'll just kind of get in the way right now, just being the age she is. So we just want to get it done this week. So I think we're gonna pick up supplies today and maybe start on it today, like start prepping the cabinetry, getting them cleaned, possibly primed. I don't know, but I'm excited and nervous about it. I'll kind of like show you along the way of that process, and you can see any horrible blunders that we make as we go along, because that probably will happen. But anyways, it's gonna be a fun week. I'm excited to bring you all along with me on this fun week of reading and relaxing and just having a good time. And it's gonna be fun. So I'll catch up with you all later. Hello everyone and happy Tuesday. So I didn't end up doing any more updates yesterday. Also, there's my sweet Bubba. Good morning, Moon Moon. Hey Bubba. He slept with us all night on the bed last night, which he normally doesn't get to do. So he just didn't get a lot of attention yesterday because yesterday ended up being crazy. So the original plans we had for yesterday kind of a little bit went out the window. So like I mentioned in my clip yesterday, my husband went hunting, and when he got back to his car, one of his tires was flat. So he got a flat tire, and then he ended up replacing it with his spare, but then his spare was also pretty much out of air, and he didn't really have a way to fill it. And so I ended up having to drive and meet him out there. It was about 25 minutes away, so I had to drive all the way out, kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it was a beautiful drive though, because it's fall and all the fall colors, and it was really, really nice. But I had to drive out there to bring him an air pump so he could pump up his tire, and then we had to take a long way around to get to the tire place. Because we didn't want to get on the highway or anything. We wanted to make sure that he drove slow enough for his spare to get to the tire place so that he could get his tire replaced. So that took up a good chunk of the day. So it's not the first day of vacation either of us expected or wanted. So it ended up being a very exhausting, stressful day. Because of that, then we had like a really late lunch. And then originally we had planned to go pick up all of our painting supplies from Home Depot to like start painting the kitchen and like painting all the cabinets and everything, which we did go do. We did go to Home Depot and got everything for that, and then we came back and we primed as much of the cabinetry as we could. We still have to take all the doors off and prime the back side of the doors, but we tried to prime as much as we can. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And I'm sorry I didn't get to show you all a quick video or clip of what the cabinets looked like before we started on them. They were kind of like an orangey colored cabinet, which is just not my favorite kind of color of wood, to be honest. So I'm very excited about getting it done. It already, even just with the prime, which, you know, with prime, it doesn't look like that great. It's not like a thick coverage. You just sort of like slap it on there. And even just with the prime, it already looks better. It already looks so much brighter in there with the white primer on it. So we've got our work cut out for us, definitely, but it's going to look really good, and I think it's going to be worth it. So anyways, but because of that, we ended up eating an even later dinner. We normally eat dinner at like 5 p.m. and we didn't eat dinner until probably close to 6 because we wanted to get the priming done before we started cooking dinner, which dinner ended up being, it was like this chickpea soup, and it was so good. We've never made it before, and it was delicious. It's a Milk Street recipe, and it was so delicious. So that was kind of worth it, even though we were exhausted by the time we got to cooking. But anyways, we pretty much just collapsed into bed last night and we're so tired. So that was not a very good, relaxing first day of vacation in any sense of the word. Reading wise, I did get some reading done. I did some reading before my husband called me to be like, I've got a flat tire. And I was able to read a little bit waiting in the parking lot at the tire place too. I brought my Kindle along. So I got probably about like 85% of the way done with the book now. So I'm really close. I didn't get to finish the book like I was hoping I was going to yesterday. There wasn't time, unfortunately, which sounds weird. You're thinking vacation, surely you've got time. I actually had less time than normal. But I'm actually liking it a little bit better. I hate it when books, though, like you have to get so far into them before anything in the plot happens to like really grab you. And that's kind of what I feel like happened in this one. So the plot's finally grabbed me. It's finally gotten interesting, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what happens. I just really wish I hadn't taken to like 70% in. Like I had to push that far in until I started to like care about what was going on and to actually like the plot and be intrigued by the plot. So anyways, all right, so the plan today is, well, first of all, it's our anniversary. It's our 7th anniversary. Exciting. And the way we're going to celebrate, we're going to drive to a massive secondhand bookstore called McKay's. And they have other stuff too. They've got like CDs and video games and board games and records and just like all sorts of stuff there. It's mainly books though, but the place is massive. I may try to film slightly there, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how busy it's going to be today. But I'm really hopeful to find some good pics. My husband is too, and we're going to drive out there. It's a bit of a drive. It's about 45 minutes away, but it's kind of our activity for the day. And then we're going to go out to dinner, I think, this evening. So, and it's going to be a fun day. I think we're going to try to still get some more painting done though, because we're wanting to try to get as much of it as we can get done at the beginning of the week, so that towards the end of the week we can have more time and more days to relax, so we can have a few full days of not having to paint it all and just relax and just have it done. So we probably will work on it some today. But we're going to go get some Starbucks this morning. I am excited. That's our like treat thing for us, is to get Starbucks. We're going to get Starbucks. And then we're going to go to McKay's and look at books. That sounds like such a fun day. And we can spend as much time as we want there. We don't have a kid to worry about like shuffling around or having to come back and pick up from a babysitter or something. It's going to be great. So very excited about it. Okay, I'm going to show you a quick clip of what our kitchen now looks like. All right, excuse the mess that is our kitchen right now, but here's what the cabinets look like at the moment with the primer on. Like I said, it's just sort of like slapped on there, but it already looks so much better because it looks really bright in here now instead of having kind of like a dark orangey colored wood. So it already looks brighter and looks really, really nice. So originally we thought about doing white on the top and then like a darker color on the bottom, but I'm really leaning towards just doing all white because I think that would look nice. We're going to use chalk paint because that's what I'm most comfortable using on furniture. Oh, Moon likes to stay with me. So I'm really excited about it. It's going to be so much work, but I think it's going to look really, really good when it's done. I'm pumped. We've just left all the newspaper and tape up and everything everywhere because we're going to be working on this for probably the next couple of days. Hey guys, it's Thursday. I don't even remember when I updated you last. I think it might have been maybe Tuesday. I don't know. I haven't been doing a very good job vlogging, as you can tell. It's been a very full week. It has been a very exhausting week, which is weird to say since it's supposed to be vacation. Moon's running in with a ball. He's wanting me to play with him. It's been a very different week than I expected it to be, and I feel kind of sad about it, and I know that sounds weird. It took us 4 days to paint the kitchen. We finished it yesterday. We pushed through really hard and got it done, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second, but and I don't know. I do really like the way it looks. Is it perfect? Definitely not. It definitely has more of a rustic look to it. It doesn't look very professional because it's chalk paint and neither one of us are professional painters. So it doesn't look fancy, but I kept telling myself over and over, it's a rustic look. It's that farmhouse rustic look, which I do love that look. That's not intentionally what I was going for, but I feel like that's how it turned out. But the whole time we were doing the project, because it was an unbelievable amount of painting and it was a lot of hard work, hours and hours and hours of work. And the whole time with my anxiety and everything, I was second guessing everything about it. Like, why did I choose to do this? Why did I want to do this? This is taking up so much time. This is taking up time that we took off from work, time that we get to rest where we could be resting, and we're doing this instead. And so I've been beating myself up about it. But I know I shouldn't be, because I kept telling myself, like, if we didn't have a project or something to do, then we probably, after a while, maybe actually might get a little bored because we're so used to our time being filled up with work and parenting that I think if we took all the stuff away and didn't have something specific to do, that maybe we might get bored. So I keep telling myself that to feel better. But at least thankfully I have today. And no, wait, what day is it? Did I say it was Thursday? It's Friday. I'm sorry. If I said it was Thursday, I'm sorry. It's Friday. We have today and tomorrow. So we have 2 full days to just rest and do what we want. So I'm going to try to relax as much as I can and to not stress and worry about all the painting we did and all the time it took to do it and how much time of our vacation it took up. Because we just don't take time off very much at all. And, also parenting also is 24/7 job too. It's a privilege. I'm not saying that it's a privilege that we get to do that, but it is constant work and attention. So getting to take that time off is important and very precious. Anyways, let me get back to, let me think about what we've done. Other than painting, like we haven't done anything. We pretty much paint most of the day, and then the rest of the day we kind of just like collapsed and laid on the bed and watched stuff and just relaxed. So we haven't really done much else. We did go to McKay's, which was that big secondhand bookstore, on our anniversary on Tuesday. I didn't really film anything there. I just didn't really feel like filming. I still get uncomfortable filming in public. And I just spent that time looking for books. And funnily enough, I left with nothing, but my husband left with like 4 books. He had specific books he was looking for, and he found all of them, really great prices, and he got to pick those up. I had a list of books as well, but I didn't find a single one I was looking for. And I just kind of jokingly told Robert, I was like, the books I like are books I guess everybody else likes and doesn't want to give away. They don't want to take to a secondhand bookstore because they enjoy them so much. So that's what I kind of joked with him about. So anyways, it was still fun to go look. It was fun to go out there. Speaking of reading, I can't remember what I updated you on last time I spoke with you. I think I was still reading, what was the name of the book? Oh my goodness. The Devouring Gray. I blanked out really bad for a second. So I did finish it. I started to enjoy it more as it got towards the end. I hate the fact though that I really only enjoyed the last 20% of the book, and that's when it got interesting, which is kind of sad. But I'm glad I kind of pushed through and finished it. However, I don't think I'm going to read the other one because it's a duology, and I don't really feel that invested in it. I'm not really all that interested in reading more. So I haven't put it through Cowpile to read it yet, but I am currently reading Court of Shadows by Madeleine Roux. I have the cover off of it right now. And that is the second book in the House of Furies series. And I'm not liking as much as the first one. The first one I adored. It was like perfection when it came to like the spooky vibes. And this one, it still has spooky vibes to it, and I like portions of it, but there's some of the plot that I'm just not really that interested in, and some new characters that have been introduced that I'm not really liking that much either. So it's still fun though, and I'm trying to read as much as I can. Especially today and tomorrow. I'm really hoping to finish this book and maybe start another one before we have to pick up my daughter. I also have to go to the library because my copy of Home Before Dark by Riley Sager is now available for me to pick up. So yes, I need to go pick that up. I'm going to start reading that on Monday and doing a buddy read with my sweet friend Jamie, and I'm very excited about that. I haven't done a buddy read in a while, and I'm excited to read a nice spooky book with her. It'll be a lot of fun. So anyways, today my goal is to relax as much as possible, to read as much as possible, and to just breathe and to try to let all the anxiety go and just enjoy these last couple days of doing nothing. I think we're going to try to go do some hiking either today or tomorrow, but we're just going to try to relax a lot and just do things that we want to do, whether that's together or separate. So let me show you the kitchen real quick. I'll show you what it looks like now that it is done. All right, folks, here is the finished kitchen. Ta-da! It took an obscenely long time to do this, and I don't recommend doing it because it's exhausting and really stressful. But I'm glad it's done. Yes, I know the baseboards are not painted. We didn't end up getting around to doing that. I think we'll do it eventually, but I'm not in a rush to do it. Honestly, I don't really think it looks that bad without the baseboards painted. But we didn't really feel like trying to do that on top of doing all the other painting we were doing. So I think it looks pretty though. It's really bright. I'm gonna have to get used to it because it looks so vastly different than how it looked before. But I think it looks really nice. It felt really cheery this morning when I came out to the kitchen, and it felt very bright and clean, and like, I don't know, it just felt very pretty. So I really liked it a lot. But yeah, there it is. There's the kitchen. It's done, more or less. The painting job, again, is not really that great. We're not professionals. There's some spots that look a little patchy, but from a distance, it's not bad. And up close, you're like, it's rustic. So there you go. But I'm glad it's done, and I'm ready to rest. But I'm going to go back to watching some more booktube, and I'm gonna paint my nails because my mom gave me a few new bottles of nail polish. I'm excited to use them. So I'm gonna relax, drink some tea, paint my nails, and continue to enjoy my day. I'll give you all an update later. Hey, my dudes, it's now Saturday. I'm terrible at vlogging. Yes, I am. I know I've said it several times. Honestly, thought about just scrapping this vlog entirely because I'm not sure if there's enough content or if you even care about this vlog. So if you've made it this far, congrats to you, and I appreciate you very much. Leave me an emoji down below if you made it to the end, because congrats to you. It is now the last full day of vacation / staycation, whatever you want to call it. It has been a cray week. The painting was dumb. I'm glad it's over. I will never ever do it again. Don't do it. Just pay someone to do it or buy some new cabinets. Don't paint the cabinets. It's a nightmare. I just finished a book. So I have read 2 books this week. Sort of, kind of. One of them I started, Devouring I started before vacation started, but I finished it. And I just finished Court of Shadows, if I could talk, by Madeleine, Roux. This is the second book in the House of Furies series, which is sort of like this spooky, creepy mansion. Not mansion, but it's a spooky, creepy house, and creepy things happen there, and it's my kind of book. This one was very different than the first one. Still had the same characters, but it didn't have the same vibe, which made me sad. I can't really say much about it because I don't want to spoil anything because the first book happened. Hey, Mooners! But I didn't like this one nearly as much as the first one. It just didn't have the same feeling or same vibe to it, which is such a bummer. It had a lot more fantasy elements and less paranormal elements to it. The first book was very like spooky paranormal feel. This one was very like fantasy, gods and goddesses kind of feel, which is not really my thing. It's not something I'm terribly interested in. So this was okay. I'm looking forward to reading the third one. I hope that it gets better. But if anything, the first book is fantastic, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Stopped by the library today and picked up Home Before Dark. That finally came in for me, my hold. So yes, I'm going to start that very soon, and I'm so pumped about it. I need something creepy. This was not the vibe that I wanted, so I am ready for a creepy haunted house vibe. The rest of the day, Friday, I think I talked to you Friday morning. So yesterday we went hiking. My husband and I went hiking and took our doggo with us, and it was a great hike. It was really pretty. It's just gorgeous outside right now. It's like in the 60s and leaves are changing. It was great. We watched the Chocolate Week episode of British Baking Show, which if you've never watched that before, it is on Netflix and it is amazing. It is by far one of our favorite TV shows of all time. I did a lot of baking yesterday. I baked some banana bread, as well as these Brazilian fudge balls, basically. It's like this chocolate fudge, and it's coated in cashews and chocolate sprinkles. I've never made them before. They taste pretty good. They actually kind of taste like Mexican hot chocolate, if you've ever had that before, where it's like chocolate, but it has like cinnamon in it, and it's got a little spiciness to it. That's what it tastes like. So it tastes like eating Mexican hot chocolate, if that makes any sense. So it's pretty tasty. Today's been good. We just ran some errands today. I got me a pumpkin spice latte, which I still have not finished yet, so I get to nurse on that the rest of the day. We did a little mini bonfire outside this afternoon while I finished up my book, so I smell like smoke right now. Just like full-on wood smoke, which actually doesn't smell too bad. But yeah, it's been good. I'm a little bit sad that vacation's over. It's been a weird week. It's felt like a long week, but also a very short week at the same time. It's gone very fast, but it's been a very weird, long week. And it's going to feel weird going back to like regular schedule things starting Monday especially. But tomorrow we're going to go pick up our daughter. I'm excited to see her. I think this is the first time she's like truly been missing us. Every time we've called to talk to her, she just says, "I really miss you," which is not something she usually does. She loves her Mimi and Papaw so much and loves being with Mimi and Papaw so much. So usually she was so excited to go, but I don't know. Usually she's just like, "I don't care that Mom and Dad aren't here, whatever. I'm with Mimi and Papaw this week," because, you know, she gets spoiled there because she's a grandkid there. But I don't know, this week she keeps saying like how much she misses us, that she misses me and Daddy and Moon Moon and Courage, which is my big fluffy lion pillow that I like to snuggle with when I sleep, and I've named it Courage, and she loves that pillow. So she said she also misses Courage, which is weird and sweet. So, but I think she kept saying that she wants she wants all of us to be together. She doesn't want to be apart from mommy and daddy, but she also doesn't want to be apart from Mimi and grandpa. So she just wants all of us together, which I get. So I'm like, well, she'll get that during the holidays when we're all together for the holidays. So yes, it's been a weird week. I am very sad it's over though. I wish I could start the week over knowing what I know and not painting the cabinets at all and just having an entire week of relaxation, because there wasn't a lot of relaxation this week, which is a bummer. But, you know, it's okay. And it's October. And what's after that? Then we're going to hit November, which has Thanksgiving. And then we're going to hit December, which is Christmas. So there's time coming where I'll have some days off work. Yes, you know, it's still going to be crazy. It's the holidays, but we'll get to have some time off work and to get to spend time with family. So it'll be good. So the last half of the year is the craziest, busiest, but it's also the most fun and the most things to look forward to, because hanging out with family is good times. So anyways, that is my week. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. It's been a mess. It didn't end up, I always have these big aspirations of what a vlog's gonna look like. I watch so many beautifully aesthetic vlogs, and I keep thinking I'd love to try to do that, or even just ones that have such great content, just like lots of clips and like, here's what I'm doing now, I'm baking this, I'm reading this, I'm doing this, and I keep thinking I'm gonna do that, and then I don't. I don't film anything, and like every other day I'm like, well, I forgot to film again, and that's pretty much what happened. So sorry. It's terrible. I'm sorry. But I appreciate you watching this. If you're still watching, you're amazing. You rock. I'm sorry that I didn't end up doing a mini vlog this past week. Filming just went out the window entirely, and I was getting stressed about not filming, but I didn't feel like filming because I was too tired, and I just didn't feel like I had good things to say, and I still don't feel like I have good things to say. But, you know, one of these days I'll make a vlog that's worth watching. Maybe. I hope you all are doing great. I hope you had a great week. I hope you didn't decide to paint your kitchen cabinets this past week and put yourself through that hell, because don't do it. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Chat with me down below. Say hi. I'd love to catch up, and thanks for watching. Bye.